Today on Six Sister Stuff, I'm sharing with you what I actually eat for dinner. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Kristen Hills, and my sisters and I, we love sharing simple, easy recipes so you can get dinner onto the table. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't love planning my meals. It takes a lot of time to plan the recipes, then make a shopping list, and then, of course, go shopping for the food. We wanted to find a way that could make your life just a little bit easier.
So we've teamed up with Prepare to bring you a simpler way to do your groceries. So you can pick our recipes that we've already chosen, and you can choose if you're going to keep them or if you're going to get rid of them. You can add new recipes onto it. You can change the serving sizes. So this one is the Margherita Pizza, so you can go ahead and add all the ingredients to your shopping list and then literally take that shopping list and put it into the Walmart pickups. Now my favorite thing about this plan is that we have Instant Pot recipes and slow cooker recipes. It's the same recipe. You can pick how you want to make it. So the first recipe I'm making, of course, is the Margherita Pizza. Now, don't get this confused with margaritas. If you can click on the link, you'll see the real story. So I'm going to start with 2 whole wheat naan bread. That's what I like for my crust. And I'm just going to add a little bit of tomato basil margarita sauce. So we're going to spread that around, add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. I mean, you don't have to do that, but I like it. And then fresh tomatoes. That's one of my favorite parts. And then fresh mozzarella. So it's a little bit different than your average pizza. Once your mozzarella's on, then it's time to add the basil. Then you're just going to drizzle it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and it makes it good. So go ahead and bake it in the oven 425 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes until your crust is crispy. Next up is my bacon mushroom honey Dijon chicken. So we're going to start by making a little bit of sauce. So we have about a 1/4 cup of Dijon mustard. Then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of honey. Now obviously I'm eyeballing this and I needed a little bit more, so make sure you add a little more. Then I added 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice. Get your skillet, put a little bit of olive oil on it. Now we're going to add our chicken. So I did about, 8 or 9 chicken tenderloins, or you could do about 4 chicken breasts. Go ahead and you're just going to cook them until they're cooked all the way through on your skillet. Now once they're done cooking, we're going to go ahead and just pull those off because we're going to cook some other things on here too. So we're going to add about 2 cups of sliced fresh mushrooms. I like to use bacon strips, like pre-cooked turkey bacon, and then just a little bit of green onions. You're going to cook that until your mushrooms are cooked and everything looks good. Go ahead and put your chicken back on. It still will be on low, and you're going to add just a little bit of Monterey Jack cheese. Stick that on until that is melted. Then we're going to add the delicious bacon mushroom topping. That's my favorite part. Then you're going to drizzle the sauce on top and you are good to go. Next up is our easy Instant Pot chili. Now with this Prepare app, it's a little bit different. I love it because you don't have to go through all the ads to find our recipes. So you can push that little thing that says cook mode. Once you push it, it will show you all the ingredients that you need and all the directions that you need. So as you use the ingredients, you can mark them off so you won't forget how much you've added. So I'm going to start with 1 pound of ground beef that I've already cooked. Go ahead and dump it into the bottom of your Instant Pot. Then I chopped up 1 onion, and you're supposed to do 3 stalks of celery, but I love celery, so I just chopped up the whole thing and dumped it in. Next we have 2 cans of diced tomatoes. Dump them in. Then I have 1 can of dark red kidney beans that I drained and rinsed so you don't get that nasty stuff in it. Then 1 packet of chili seasoning, and just throwing that on top. On top of that, you're going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I am just eyeballing this because, that's how I roll here. Then I have 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then on top of that, I'm going to add about a 1/3 cup of ketchup. And yep, just eyeballing again because this recipe is a dump and go. It doesn't really matter if you're exactly on with your ingredients. Now don't forget, you need a little bit of liquid in there, so I'm adding 1 cup of water. I'll just put that on top. I'm not going to mix anything because we need that water to pressurize. You're going to make sure that you turn that little knob to sealing, press push or cook, and then you're going to just go to 10 minutes. Now when it's done, you can let it sit there and release on its own, or you can turn that knob to venting, or like mine, just push the knob. It will let all the pressure. As soon as the pressure's out, open that lid, and it is, it smells good. I love chili on a cold day. Now I was supposed to add 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, but I forgot it at the store, so either way, it will work. But I love to add a little bit of cheese and a little bit of Fritos on top. Next is my chicken teriyaki skillet or stir fry, whatever you want to call it. So I have a skillet, medium heat. Go ahead and add your olive oil. I chopped up an onion, and we're just going to start adding some squash. So I have 3 squash, 3 zucchinis chopped up, and now we're just going to heat it up, mix it really good until they're pretty tender and cooked through. Now I use rotisserie chickens a lot, so you can use 6 skinless, boneless chicken breasts or just a rotisserie chicken. Then you're going to add about a cup of your favorite teriyaki sauce and mix it all together. Now once it's all mixed and heated all the way through, you can serve this on rice, on cauliflower rice, or you can just eat it just right out of the pan like that. Now if you want to be extra fancy, you can always add about a teaspoon or so of sesame seeds on top. My kids love the sesame seeds, so it gets them to eat it, so yes, I do add it most of the time. Oh, and of course my puppy loves it too. Now the last recipe I'm making for you today is biscuits and gravy casserole. So you're going to take about a pound of your favorite sausage, cook it up into a skillet, cook it until it is no longer pink and cooked all the way through. Now while that's cooking, take a 9x9 pan and spray it with cooking spray. Now I have about 4 biscuits, canned biscuits that I have here. I've cut them into pieces, 4 pieces, and just laid them onto the bottom. I'm going to cook those at 400 degrees for 10 minutes or until they're brown. Now when this is done cooking, I'm going to add about 2.5 tablespoons of flour, and we're just going to mix that in. This is how we're going to make the gravy of our biscuits and gravy casserole. Then we're going to add 2.5 cups of milk and a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You're kind of just going to mix that all in together until it starts to thicken, and it will thicken, trust me. Once it's done thickening, you're going to pour it on top of the biscuits. Then you want to make sure that you've spread it around really well so all of the gravy and the sausage is in between the biscuits, because you don't want hard biscuits, you want them, covered in the gravy, right? Am I right? Yes, I am. Then you're going to add the rest of the biscuits. So there's 4 more biscuits. You're going to cut them into fourths, and then you're just going to place them on top of your gravy, your sausage gravy. There we go. I can't speak today. Once you're done with that, it's time to go into the oven. So you're going to cook them for about 10 to 15 more minutes, or until the biscuits are just nice and golden brown on top.
Now, if you want more information about Prepare, you can watch this video right up there, and I will see you guys next week. See you later. Bye.